Why would you want me as your sex and intimacy mentor? I'm going to share a couple things with you about my perspective so that you can understand a little bit more about me and where I'm coming from. I am a certified sexological body worker. I have been trained to touch the human body, to touch and support your erotic education, your sexual healing, your understanding of your own body and your arousal, and to facilitate a connection between mind, body, and sex, integrating all the parts of you so that you are deepening your relationship with yourself. I've had my hands on and in literally hundreds of people over the past 10 plus years. I've witnessed and supported all kinds of people in their pleasure, in their healing, in their erotic, emotional, and embodiment breakthroughs. I may not have seen everything, seen it all, but I've seen enough to be able to support you in your most tender moments. And for a lot of us, this is what sex is. Sex and intimacy is some of our most tender moments. Personally, I have had relationships that have been monogamous or non-monogamous, that have had very standard, traditional kinds of sexual experiences with just one person. And I've also had wild, out of the box BDSM, kink, multiple partner experiences. I've been a pro dom and a sacred intimate and a sex worker. I have created all kinds of different experiences for myself. I've had relationships that were casual flings or even big capital R relationships. So I know a thing or two about generating intimacy really quick, really fast, but also sustaining it over a period of time. I know a thing or two about what works and what does not work in exploring and resolving conflict and just navigating the terrain of longer term relationships. As a coach, I am your biggest fucking cheerleader. I'm your biggest cheerleader. I will celebrate every single step that you take in your life, in your self-reflection, in your transformation, every single place where you look in and you say, oh, I didn't know that about me. Let me challenge myself. Let me address what's not working in my life. Let me get into my mind and my heart and my behavior and get curious about how I can shift myself in order to create the life that I absolutely desire. And I will celebrate that with you. And I will celebrate you every single time you create a win. And I will remind you just how far that you have come so that you remember to celebrate yourself. Sometimes in this work of shifting or improving our sexual life, our intimate life, we can often feel like, God, I really should do X, Y, and Z. I know I need to do better. And we beat up on ourselves. Do you do that? My role as your coach is to celebrate every single fucking part of you so that you learn to celebrate yourself and you learn to love every single part of you. I also am going to be absolutely real with you. There's just no way around it. I don't lie. I don't drag things out. I am not a therapist. So you don't come and see me every single week for months and months and months and years and years and years. And we drag out this relationship for a long ass time. And I let you tell the same ass story over and over again about what you're pissed off about. I don't do that. I jump in. I jump the fuck in because I want to really support you. And I want to interrupt the thoughts, the patterns, the behaviors that are derailing you from living the life that you deserve to live. My clients regularly tell me I have gotten more from working with you in 3 months than the 3 years of therapy that I had before coming here. My clients say to me that they have gone to see a number of therapists before they come to me because they felt like they couldn't be safe with that therapist. They couldn't be vulnerable with that therapist. They didn't feel comfortable talking about sex and intimacy with that therapist. And I'm not surprised about this because there are a lot of therapists who are not qualified. They're not trained in the realities of sex and intimacy. There are a lot of therapists who have their own shit and their own hangups about sex and intimacy. And within the first 30 minutes, I've had clients say to me, I feel so good talking to you. I feel so comfortable. I feel like I can actually tell you what's going on. I'm telling you things that I have never told anybody else in my life. Like, you want somebody in your corner like that. You want me as your coach because I always fucking take a stand for your freedom. Being free from pain and suffering, from fear and shame. You get to be free in your body and in your heart. You get to freely express yourself every day and everywhere. You get to believe in your own freedom, your own capacity to be free, to open up, to have what you want. You get to believe in your own worthiness, to have the sex, the love, and the life that you desire. So I don't coach you, I don't mentor you from a perspective of what I think that you should do. I ask you what you want, who you want to be, where you want to go, what kind of life that you really desire for yourself. And I coach you from that vision. I hold that vision because I believe that if you have that vision, then it's 100, 1000% possible for you to create it. And then I hold you to the standard that you set for yourself. A client of mine just recently told me it has shifted my entire existence to think and talk about my desire and my vision. And she is out in the world fucking creating so much magic in her life, in her body, in her relationships, in her, life experience of turning 50 and saying, like, there's no more waiting. There's no more waiting and hoping for a better future. I'm going for it. I'm going to be honest with you from the very beginning because you deserve it. I'm going to give you my feedback. I'm going to share with you what my experiences of you, and I'm going to help you really understand what's holding you back and how to address it with love and in pleasure. I am not here to beat you up with a stick. You probably do enough of that on your own. I'm here to get real with you and to love you up all the way. I work with you to actually create what you desire so that you stop duplicating what you don't want, so that you implement the changes that you are totally capable of. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to waste my time with shit that is not relevant to you. I am going to stretch you. I am going to stretch your perspective and what you think is possible so that you level up and live the life that you have been craving. I'm going to share my real stories from my own life, my own experience, and those of my clients, so that you know without a doubt that you're not alone and that you have other models, other stories to lean into, so that you can see that even if you are struggling right now in this one area, that somebody else has been there and somebody else has also created success from that place, so that you can see yourself in others and you can see a path forward. I always coach you from a holistic perspective, really being in tune with every part of you, your mind, body, heart, soul, and spirit. I'm not here for some hot tips and some superficial tricks. I believe in transformation that lasts a lifetime, transformation that changes lives and changes the world. So no matter what topic that we may be discussing, I may be holding space for, I will always coach you into the biggest possibility of your yes, the biggest possibility of you believing that you are enough. I will always coach you into reclaiming your power so that you believe in your vision and your desire. You trust yourself implicitly all the way down into the core of who you fucking are. And you believe not only that you're worthy, but also inside of you, you know what's best for you. My job as your coach is not to give you the answer about everything. It's actually to create the space and call you forward for you to find the answer inside yourself. I don't want to tell you what to do. I want to celebrate you creating something fresh and new and exciting and just right for you. This is where I am just here to help you evoke the wisdom that's already inside of you. And maybe that's been hiding away for a little while. You want me as your coach because you're fucking sick and tired of reacting from fear, listening to the incessant voice of doubt, or suppressing your desire. And you want me as your coach because I kid you not, I'm a fucking badass, take no shit, radical lover on your team who will cheer you on the entire way of these maybe some shitty moments, but also some big magical moments in your journey as you reclaim your pleasure, you deepen your intimacy, and you live a life that is luxurious and authentic and passionate, because that is a life worth living.